Oregon, our alma mater. We will guard thee on and on. Let us gather round and cheer her. Chant her glory, Oregon. Roar the praises of her warriors. Sing the story, Oregon. On to victory, urge the heroes of our mighty Oregon.
Hey Duck fans, welcome to another FishDuck vlog. Let's look at the past week in Oregon Duck sports. It was a busy weekend in Eugene for Duck sports, with some mixed results. It's playoff time right now for all the spring sports, with men's golf in the NCAA championships, women's softball in the College World Series, baseball hosting a regional tournament, and track is sitting tight prepping for the NCAA outdoor championships that start on Wednesday, June 6th. Back at Hayward Field, though, things were still busy, though, because there was the Prefontaine Classic. So, hectic, busy times in Eugene. Let's take a look at the results. Softball was in the College World Series for the first time since 1989.
Right now, Arizona State with the lead over Oregon, but it could be tied. Back in the first inning, Oregon had a shot, and Sam Pappas was called for leaving early from third.
And what a close play. Boy, that's a tight call to make. And, you know, I'm not so sure she left third base early, but right before that, Oregon executed beautifully.
And they performed admirably, though they suffered from very little help from the umpires. Let's just put it that way. First, slugger Kylie Cuica was suspended for 2 games for a rather suspect call for aggressive play following a play at the plate versus Texas, a game in which Texas players were far more aggressive, actually shoving some Duck players to the ground, and had no repercussions. Still, the Ducks moved past Texas, then they lost to defending champs Arizona State, but knocked off Tennessee. With their last chance to advance in the double elimination tournament, the Ducks couldn't overcome number 1 Cal, however. They lost 6-3, though the Ducks did make it close. They had the bases loaded and they got a 2-run double, but then with runners on second and third, a very weird double play ended Oregon's chances. So softball season is now over, but it was a tremendous and memorable year for the team, adding to what has already been the most successful year in sports in the history of the University of Oregon program. So congratulations to the women's softball team. You had a great run. Men's golf also saw their great run come to an end, making it to the NCAA championships. On Friday, the number 7 ranked Ducks barely eked out a spot in the tournament with the 7th overall seed. Of course, the team's led by Pac-12 Player of the Year, senior Eugene Wong. The Ducks then improbably knocked off UCLA, but on Saturday they fell 1 hole short of advancing to the semifinals, succumbing to number 1 Texas. Thank you, of course, goes out to all the seniors of both the softball team and the golf teams, and I have a feeling that we'll be seeing plenty more of Eugene Wong in the near future, probably on the PGA Tour. He's certainly the best golfer in the Pac-10/Pac-12 since Tiger Woods, and the best golfer at Oregon since Peter Jacobson. So best of luck to him and to all the seniors in all future endeavors.
That ball's tagged. Swung on the right. It's a no-hitter. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. This ball game is over.
This weekend, starting Friday, you belong at PK Park.
Still alive right now is the baseball team, and the fans have really taken notice with huge crowd turnouts at PK Park for the regional tournament. The week started off with Alex Cadell being named the Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year, and both Cadell and Jimmy Sherfy were named All-Americans. In the first game of the tournament, the Ducks rallied late thanks to perhaps a questionable call, giving the Ducks a 6-5 edge over Austin Peay. That was followed up by a 7-5 victory over Coach Horton's old team, Cal State Fullerton. Then came Sunday evening, where Oregon once again played Austin Peay. Oregon Ducks dominated the game, winning 8-1, and that now sends them off to the Super Regional, which actually sounds like, at the time that I'm recording this, may again be at PK Park. This time, Oregon will either be playing Kent State or Kentucky, it sounds like, though details are still coming in about exactly who the contest will be against.
And Galen Rupp gets the big applause from the crowd. He also trains in Portland and competed for the Oregon Ducks during his collegiate years.
And boy, is Galen Rupp coming on, 26 now. Showed some newfound strength when he ran 3:34.75 for 1,500 meters. And that was just last week in Los Angeles.
The track team is in Des Moines, Iowa, with an astounding 31 qualifiers for the NCAA Outdoor Championships. That's just an unbelievable feat in of itself. Those championships start this Wednesday, and they finish next Saturday. The women's team have to be the favorites to win the team title for the NCAA National Championship. And if they do that, it will be the third national championship this year alone for the University of Oregon athletic program. And the school, at the start of this school year, only had 20 total throughout its entire school history. This also means Oregon sports are drawing to a close for the 2011-2012 school year. By this time next week, it'll only be baseball that's still active. But that doesn't mean that we go into hibernation here at FishDuck.com. There's still the upcoming Olympic trials at Hayward Field at the end of June. Then we go into anticipation mode for the upcoming football season. It's been pretty good times here at FishDuck.com. Very, very busy, but good. We had a couple of videos come out and some fantastic articles on the site, all of which are available on the site in our directory section. We also got linked in a bunch of places, including varsity feeds, of course Duck Sports Now and ATQ and GoDucks.net, and even a blog about vacuums. Hey, we'll take it. Charles had a great video on Tuesday that broke down Chip Kelly's game planning, and I had a video where I spoke with recently graduated cornerback Anthony Gilden. Our writers also came through with a bunch of material worth your very valuable time, including Chris Carbonare's two-part series, Building a Juggernaut, an interview with former Oregon safety Brandon McLemore from David Mello on Thursday, a recruiting update from Mark Flores, two very funny columns from our humor writers Kim Hastings and Kennard on Saturday, and much, much more. If you miss a day, don't worry, our articles are now featured on our front page for an entire week, and everything goes into our directory. You can also be updated on all of our new content each week by signing up for our newsletter. That is available on the front page. And while you're there, if you like what we do, please consider a small donation as a thank you, because everything that we do on the site is completely self-funded. We don't have a parent company, and as such, expenses can be quite brutal sometimes in being able to bring you all of this terrific content for free. We appreciate the support. We give it about a week before we'll be unveiling an all-new section on the website. We're putting on the finishing touches for it right now. We are launching a history section on the site. It'll be videos, a large photo gallery, articles, interviews, just a great resource for Duck fans. Those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it, and by understanding where Oregon has come from, that helps us better appreciate all that is happening now. We'll have much more coming to FishDuck.com soon, but look for our history section launching in the very near future. And now, my random tweet of the week.
Hey, will you shut up?
Thank you.
Time for my weekly music recommendation, and it was a great week for music as far as festivals go. There was Sasquatch up in the Northwest, Rock in Rio down in Brazil, the Ultra Festival, all sorts of different music festivals were taking place all over the world. But there was also some sad news for fans, too, with word that the duo known for decades as Ween decided to call it quits. They officially broke up. Those guys were always seen on the summer circuits, so they will be sadly missed. They launched on the scene with their bizarrely weird cult hit, Push the Little Daisies and Make 'Em Come Up, in the early 90s, even though they formed back in 1984. And from that point on, they've just pumped out more wacky, strange, hilarious, and otherwise just generally awesome material for years. Like, for example, their Jimmy Buffett parody, Bananas and Blow. They appeared on many soundtracks and toured the world, and they even appeared in a South Park episode. They leave behind a really nice legacy of recordings, so if you have some Ween records, go back and give them another listen. Here's my personal all-time favorite Ween song, Ocean Man. So that's it for this week. The unbelievable 2011-2012 Oregon season is coming to an end. It's winding down. Oregon baseball is still going, though, and we have the NCAA Outdoor Track Championships to look forward to this next week. Of course, go listen to some Ween music and enjoy the legacy that those guys left behind, and keep cheering on our Ducks, and we'll have plenty more coming up on FishDuck.com soon. For now, go fish, get hooked, go Ducks.